Welcome to our show, Hong Kong Brief. Today, we dive into the latest developments in Hong Kong's financial landscape, where new proposed rules aim to hold tycoons accountable by enhancing the role of independent directors in companies. While these reforms are a step forward, questions remain about their effectiveness in truly diminishing the influence of wealthy elites in the market. In a heartwarming twist, we shine a spotlight on ReCube, a company co-founded by Kelvin Tsui Ka-hei, which is tackling the plastic waste crisis in Hong Kong with reusable lunch containers. With a unique app that rewards users for borrowing and returning these containers, ReCube is not just about sustainability, it's also about social change, providing job training for individuals with disabilities. What an inspiring initiative! Lastly, we take a look at the booming Chinese stock market, which has seen a remarkable surge following the Golden Week holiday. With indices skyrocketing and hopes for a stimulus package from the government, investors are buzzing with optimism. It's a thrilling time in the financial world. Please stay tuned for more detailed coverage. Reuters breaking views reports on the proposed changes to governance rules for companies listed on Hong Kong Stock Exchange, which aim to enhance accountability to independent shareholders. While these new regulations, such as mandating a lead independent director and limiting the tenure of independent non-executive directors, INDs, to 9 years, represent a step forward, they still leave significant room for tycoons to maintain their influence. For instance, INDs can return to the board after a 2-year hiatus once they reach the tenure limit, and companies can evade appointing a lead INED without facing serious repercussions. The article suggests that the Hong Kong exchanges and clearing could take a firmer stance by imposing stricter governance measures and shifting the power of INED appointments to minority shareholders. South China Morning Post highlights the inspiring story of Kelvin Tsui Ka-hei, who co-founded ReCube to combat the overwhelming waste generated by single-use plastics during the pandemic. His initiative allows consumers to borrow reusable meal containers from participating restaurants, tracked via an app, while providing financial incentives for both users and restaurants. Tsui's determination to promote sustainability faced challenges, but his efforts have paid off, with over 32 restaurant partners and a remarkable 98% return rate for containers. Additionally, ReCube's collaboration with local NGOs to create job opportunities for individuals with autism and intellectual disabilities reflects Tsui's commitment to social change alongside environmental responsibility. South China Morning Post also reports on a significant surge in Chinese stock markets following the week-long holiday, as they sought to align with Hong Kong's remarkable performance as the world's top market this year. The CSI 300 index saw an impressive opening rise of 10.8%, while the Shanghai Composite Index and Shenzhen Composite Index followed suit with gains of 10.1% and 12.9%, respectively. The Hang Seng Index also climbed to a 32-month high, reflecting a broader optimism fueled by expectations of continued government stimulus efforts. As the markets rallied, other Asian indices displayed mixed results, showcasing the dynamic and often unpredictable nature of the region's financial landscape. BBC. Following the Golden Week holiday, Chinese stocks have experienced a significant surge, with the Shanghai Composite Index soaring by 10% in morning trading. This rise is attributed to the government's announcement of new economic stimulus measures aimed at revitalizing the struggling economy. These measures include support for the beleaguered property sector, financial assistance for the underprivileged, and increased government spending. Investors are eagerly awaiting further details from officials of the National Development and Reform Commission, as there are growing concerns that China may fall short of its annual growth target of 5%. South China Morning Post. In Hong Kong, developers are set to introduce nearly 18,000 new flats to the market, signaling improved sentiment among homebuyers ahead of anticipated interest rate cuts. The Lands Department reported that pre-sale consents for several projects have been approved, with notable developments from Manhattan Realty, Chinachum Group, and Tai Chung Properties. The easing of interest rates by the Hong Kong Monetary Authority, which recently cut its benchmark rate for the first time in 4 years, is expected to stimulate market activity. As developers have successfully sold a large number of residential units in recent weeks, experts predict that the transaction volume for new properties could reach around 2,000 units in October. South China Morning Post: despite recent cancellations of drone displays in Hong Kong due to adverse atmospheric conditions, industry experts remain optimistic about the future of the low-altitude economy. Operators are exploring innovative safety measures and developing indices to ensure safe drone operations. The cancellations, caused by disruptions in GPS signals due to solar activity, have highlighted the challenges faced by the sector. However, insiders believe that with proper data generation and regulatory support, Hong Kong can enhance its drone capabilities. Calls for establishing dedicated trial areas for drone operations have been made to facilitate data collection and improve safety protocols, as the city seeks to attract talent and expertise from neighboring Shenzhen. Telegraph: the article discusses the controversial proposal by the Labour Party to surrender the Chagos Islands to Mauritius, which has sparked outrage among conservatives and concerns for Britain's strategic interests. Critics argue that this decision disregards the wishes of the Chagosian people and reflects a rushed political agenda ahead of elections. They draw parallels to past betrayals, such as the Hong Kong handover, and emphasize the need for the Conservative Party to unite against this proposal in Parliament. Concerns are also raised about Mauritius's growing ties with China, which could threaten the island's marine protection zone established in 2010. South China Morning Post: the article highlights the recent surge in China's stock market, fueled by a wave of optimism among retail investors driven by social media. Following a significant stimulus package announced by Beijing, retail trading has reached record levels, with amateur traders increasingly relying on social media for investment advice. The phenomenon mirrors the meme stock craze in the US, where platforms like Douyin and WeChat have become pivotal in shaping market sentiment. Notable figures, like a pensioner dubbed Shanghai Uncle, have gained massive followings for their bullish predictions, illustrating the growing influence of social media on investment decisions in China. South China Morning Post: the report also details chaotic scenes during a Major League Baseball playoff game in the US, where fans threw baseballs and beer at a player, prompting a temporary halt in the match. The article reflects on the emotional intensity of sports events and highlights a recent victory for Manchester City against the Premier League's financial regulations. Additionally, it pays tribute to the late Johan Neeskens, a football legend known for his contributions to the sport during the 1970s, while summarizing England's strong performance in the Women's T20 World Cup and Bradford City's recent success in League Two. South China Morning Post reports that Citigroup is strategically enhancing its commercial banking operations in Hong Kong to capitalize on the increasing global expansion of Chinese companies and the influx of foreign firms entering China. Joy Cheng, the head of Citi Commercial Bank for Hong Kong, emphasized the importance of hiring specialized talent, particularly in corporate finance, to better support medium-sized companies with their international growth. The bank aims to differentiate itself from competitors by providing comprehensive banking services tailored to the unique needs of mid-sized corporates. With a strong foothold in Hong Kong, Citigroup is well positioned to cater to the growing demand from both Chinese and foreign clients as they navigate the complexities of global markets. In a poignant revelation, Joanne Kelly, also known as Buku Abi and daughter of R. Kelly, shares her emotional journey in the upcoming documentary R. Kelly's Karma, A Daughter's Journey. Set to premiere on October 11, the documentary features Joanne confronting the painful reality of being the child of a father convicted of serious crimes. She expresses her struggle with her father's actions, stating, "Nobody wants to be the child of the father that is out here hurting women and children." Joanne, who has pursued a music career, also reflects on the impact of her father's reputation on her life and career, revealing that she lost a record deal due to his disgrace. She firmly declares her decision not to introduce her son to his grandfather in prison, emphasizing her commitment to honesty and truth over familial loyalty. In another insightful article, South China Morning Post discusses China's recent economic stimulus package and its potential impact on the country's recovery. Following the announcement on September 24, stock markets experienced a significant uptick, indicating a temporary boost in household wealth and possibly enhancing consumer confidence. However, experts caution that merely rising asset prices do not equate to a sustainable increase in gross domestic product, GDP. The article highlights the need for genuine demand in investment and consumption to ensure lasting economic recovery. Drawing from historical examples, it underscores the importance of government actions in shaping public expectations and confidence, suggesting that further measures may be necessary to achieve the targeted 5% economic growth for the year. South China Morning Post reports on Prince Harry's recent visit to Lesotho, where he had the pleasure of dining with Princess Sennet Siso. This visit comes after his solo travels without Meghan Markle and their children, which some speculate is part of a strategy to improve his public image. Princess Sennet, a 23-year-old royal and a recent university graduate, shared her excitement on Instagram, highlighting their inspiring conversations around charity work. The princess, a passionate advocate against child marriage, is also known for her philanthropic efforts, including co-founding the charity Centibale with her uncle, Prince Siso, which aims to support disadvantaged youth in Lesotho. The Toronto Star discusses a groundbreaking study revealing that humanity may be reaching the upper limits of life expectancy. Researchers, led by S.J. Olshansky from the University of Illinois Chicago, analyzed data from 1990 to 2019 and concluded that despite advancements in medical technology, the increase in life expectancy has plateaued, especially in countries with the longest living populations. The study highlights that while women generally live longer than men, the rate of improvement in life expectancy has slowed significantly in recent decades, particularly in the United States, where various societal issues contribute to lower longevity rates. Yahoo US echoes the findings from the Toronto Star, emphasizing that the concept of life expectancy is becoming increasingly complex. The research indicates that while more individuals are reaching the age of 100, the percentage of the population achieving this milestone remains limited. Experts suggest that as life-extending technologies become less effective due to the challenges of aging, society may need to rethink retirement ages and financial planning for the future. The study serves as a reminder that while certain breakthroughs could potentially extend life, we are currently experiencing a stagnation in overall life expectancy improvements. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6Do Brief via email.